Hello, Civilians! My name is Alex. Welcome to a brand new Let's Play, and this is one that I've been teasing for a little bit since the beginning of the year and Batman Arkham Asylum. I present to you all, as soon as the loading screen is done.
Asterix and Obelix. Slap them all.
Yep, we're tackling Asterix and Obelix. Slap them all. Now, for those who don't, well, actually, there is a bit of a cutscene coming up, but it does not involve any subtitles, so I will remain quiet and let you enjoy it for yourself. Enjoy!
The year is 50 BC. Gaul is entirely occupied by the Romans. Well, not entirely. One small village of indomitable Gauls still holds out against the invaders. And life is not easy for the Roman legionaries who garrison the fortified camps of Totorum, Aquarium, Laudanum, and Compendium. Our story begins in the forest, not far from the small village we know so well.
Let's take advantage of this lovely day to go hunt some boars, Obelix.
Oh, yes. Goody, goody, goody. Dogmatix is up for a walk, too. Her Dogmatix.
And we're back. Okay. So, just... Okay. Right, I need to focus here. Okay. So, Asterix is a French comic creation by the comic artist, or not artist, sorry. Apologies. Asterix was created by, and I apologize if I mispronounce these names, René Goscinny and Albert Udenzo. The premise is that it's an alternate history where instead of Rome conquering all of Britain, well, I say Britain, all of Europe, one tiny little village in Gaul, which is modern-day France, has managed to hold out against the Roman Empire. And this village is home to the title character Asterix. His best friend Obelix, who is another playable character, which we'll see in a second here, and a bunch of colorful characters spend their days just doing their thing, and also fighting off the Romans in order to protect their village. And they do so with the help of a druid and his special potion. Basically, the potion is like a Popeye spinach, where if you eat it, or drink it in this case, you'll get strength, speed, and stamina on par with that of a god. And this does make sense because fucking Asterix has been like a cartoon character pretty much his entire since he was first introduced, I believe. But anyway, so in terms of gameplay, as you can see, it's a beat 'em up. You know, you go from left to right, beating the shit out of enemies until they're down, and you also collect things for points, which is not necessarily a bad thing, you know. In long bursts, it can be a bit annoying, but the game does have moments to spice up the gameplay, such as time attacks, races, which are basically button mashers, and yeah. Though what this game has over a lot of other beat 'em ups at the time is that there are no lives. Seriously, I'm glad that is a thing that time has basically forgotten. Like you're free to just enjoy the game and not having to be antsy about when you're gonna die all the time, because the life system was basically kind of pointless in this kind of game. I think like you will eventually get there with enough practice, regardless. So yeah, that's just my honest opinion. Anyway, so the idea behind I should explain the story along with the gameplay, but we'll just focus on the story real quick. So basically, this story for the game is based on multiple different books. The first part is based on Asterix in Britain, which is where he had to help his cousin bring some of the magic potion to their village, but they ultimately found a different means to battle the Romans. But it will be we will talk about that a little later, though. Just be aware of that. Okay, sorry. Back to gameplay. I remember what I was thinking, and my brain is thinking faster than my mouth, so please excuse what the stammering's already here. So anyway, in terms of gameplay, it's as you saw, it's very simple. It's very simple. You have a punch, you have a grab, you have a jump, and you have a special attack, which are the lightning bolts below a character's health, I believe, or was it their name? I forget. Anyway, you also have a block button, which I don't really use all that often, and also a character switch button. Basically, if you're playing solo, you can swap between Asterix and Obelix basically on a whim. Though the main drive for this game is co-op, which I didn't want to subject another person to this, plus I may not have them on all the time, so single player for me. but this game is not a bad experience in multiplayer. Well, not multiplayer. Sorry, it's single player. I never had multiplayer experience, but the game is fine for what it is. Okay, sorry about that. Though maybe I should mention my personal history with Asterix. So technically, the first movie I ever saw was Asterix versus the Vikings, which was based on Asterix and the Nords. Basically, that film came on actually, I think it was on Toon Disney of all things, where they would show a bunch of movies, I believe animated films. Like, to anyone who remembers Toon Disney, I freaking applaud you on that one. Anyway, yeah, I think that was my first exposure to Asterix, but I would be mostly unaware for the next 20-ish years, and fast forward to the early 2020s, where I managed to rediscover Asterix. This time by finding the movies on YouTube. Though just be aware that not all of the movies are on there. Just a handful. Like Asterix the Gaul, which was the very first one. The second one, which was Asterix and Cleopatra. Asterix versus Caesar. I believe the 12 Labors of Asterix, I think is what it's called. And yeah, that's about it. There were two other 2D animated
closer.
2D animated films in the series, which was Asterix and the Big Fight, which has a bunch of different titles and jazz, and also Asterix in America, which was by far everyone's least favorite entry in the series, next to Asterix the Gaul. But I am not a film review channel, so don't ask me about it, okay? But there were 2 3D animated movies, and actually, I think Asterix can work as a 3D film. The first was Asterix and the Mansion of the Gods, which was very cool and very funny. And the second was Asterix and the Secret of the Magic Potion, I believe is what it's called. Although, from what I experienced, there isn't an English dub, only the original French, which which is not exactly unexpected, because outside of France, Asterix doesn't really have that big of a following, even though his books are translated into several different languages, including German, English, Chinese, Japanese. Fucking Asterix has been around, just not as much as we'd like, Anyway, but back to the gameplay though. So you may be noticing that there's a few that I'm mainly sticking with Asterix, right? Well, that's because I like how he handles and plays a little more than Obelix, because while Obelix is big, strong, he's also very slow and doesn't have that big of a range compared to Asterix. And well, yes, he can deal with damn it, stupid phone. He can deal with bigger enemies a lot more quickly. Really, there's no difference aside from the grab, because pretty sure, as you've seen earlier, when you grab an enemy, you can have Obelix slap them and then freaking uppercut them away, and that is basically an instant knockout. Now, unfortunately, that leaves you wide open. With Asterix, on the other hand, when you grab an enemy, you can either launch him to the other side of the arena, but he can also swing him around like a flail or something. So, yeah. Oh, and you may be noticing that I'm gonna be breaking a few things for seemingly no reason. Well, A, it's so I can pass through, and B, it's for points, because beat 'em ups are always about the points, even if they get rid of the live system. That's seeing the big number go up. That's what a beat 'em up is at its core. But trying to find words. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, right. For the beat 'em up genre, you may be a little tired after a few levels or whatnot, and that is perfectly understandable, because these games are meant to be enjoyed in small bursts. They're not meant to be like a fucking marathon. Because in a lot of games, you're just going through the same enemies over and over and over again, and this one is no exception. However, I will stand by this, that you should be enjoying these games in in like small bursts, which is what I probably should have done, because I recorded this entire game in a single day. It took me fucking hours, because after each after each level, like the actions keep getting longer and longer, and I'm like, God, please just end it already. But you know, them's the price you pay when you're doing a beat 'em up, you know. But either way, sorry, my eyes. Ow. Though I will say one particular thing when it comes to the cutscenes, like I do like how the characters look like they're ripped right out of the comic book, and they do pop with the painted backgrounds. I do wish that they had some voice acting here, because like they have voice acting for, you know, the main game, like when Asterix is carrying someone, whenever you pause the game, unpause the game, whenever you whenever enemies pop up on screen, you know, that kind of thing. Wouldn't it have hurt to just, you know, have the characters say what's going on? Like, I don't know. Like, since there's a bunch of cutscenes, wouldn't it have? I don't think it would have hurt to just have the characters say those extra lines, you know? Especially since they're reusing a lot anyway. But I don't know, maybe because it's a budget title, or they don't know how well the game is gonna do. So, it's a kind of whatever. Anyway, so we're actually almost done with this game. Well, not this game, sorry. We're actually almost done with this act. But we will have to save the end until the next video. But yeah, you know. Oh, right. I probably should mention. So, this game is gonna, videos for this game will be uploaded on an every other day basis. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You know, normal video schedule, just to give you guys a bit of a break every day or so. But anyway, I know I may be ending my recording a little bit early, but if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. The next milestone that we will be celebrating is 500 subscribers, and if possible, I would like to hit that by June. So, until next time, Special Lagoons, remember, reach for the stars.
There's enough for everyone. Hooray!
Traversing the charming countryside and forests, our friends finally arrive not far from Anticlimax's village.